Hello, beautiful people. It is Oshun Kimmy, your sage, your guru, your mystic, and your spiritual informant. And today we are talking about how to get divine justice and retribution in situations where you are being unjustly targeted and persecuted through witchcraft attacks and other forms of baneful magic. So, here are three steps that you need to take to bring about justice and karma in your particular situation. For one, you need to open a case with the universe. This is the first step. So, you opening a case with the universe is essentially you asking for your situation to be taken to spiritual court. One of the first viral videos that I had on my TikTok at @OshunSpeaks was me talking about how I brought a major change and transition to experiencing 3 years of witchcraft within 20 days of talking directly to the universe. And essentially, what I did was tell the universe my name, my date of birth, and the name of the person who was sending me witchcraft attacks. I went into detail about how I was feeling, how I was losing my mind and losing my spirit and losing my energy, how I was having nightmares every night. I was even going so far as to telling them what was happening in my dreams. I got extremely intimate in my conversations with the universe. And I did this every day, multiple times a day, for about 20 days. And after that 20 days, a lot of my energy and my power began to come back to me. When I was in conversation with the universe, I did emphasize my own accountability in the situation. I told the universe I trusted the wrong person. I ignored my intuition. I saw red flags that I did not respond to. And now I'm in this situation where someone is taking advantage of my kindness and my naivete. So essentially, the point of opening a case with the universe is so that you can have your case elevated to the spiritual courts. As I've talked about in previous videos, there is a such thing as spiritual courts and there is a such thing as spiritual law. Spiritual court means two things in this situation: that there is literally a spiritual jury and judge that takes petitions on behalf of people who are here on earth. And then you have a spiritual court in terms of the spirits that walk directly with you, the angels, ancestors, and spirit guides that guide you in this life will essentially help to elevate your case and your petition to the spiritual court that will judge your case. And so this brings me to the second thing that you could do to receive karma and retribution for unjustified and constant witchcraft attacks, which is you need to do your healing work. Because oftentimes, when we are in situations of constant witchcraft attacks and constant spiritual warfare, it is always for our own personal evolution and elevation. So, as you begin to take your case to the universe, you should also be asking for information about your particular situation. As the courts begin to open your case and judge your case, the judgment may come back and say, well, you have a karmic contract to fulfill with this person or this situation for 3 years or for 7 years or for 10 years. And so you have to go on a particular journey for a certain amount of time before this situation will come to a close in your life. And so, as you begin to open a case with the universe, you will begin to learn more about why you are in that particular situation. And what I have learned from my own journey is that as you begin to do your healing work, the universe will more quickly reside in your favor. When you are healing and ascending and learning your lessons and asking for forgiveness and paying your penance, essentially, you will begin to be placed in a prime position where the universe will favor you over the person who is constantly attacking you. Why? Because anybody who is out here constantly attacking people through witchcraft are unhealed, low vibrational people. And so, as you elevate your vibration, that's when the universe really begins to say, okay, this is a karmic imbalance. This person is growing and healing and evolving. And this person is actively interfering with the healing and evolving of this person. So we are going to send extra spiritual support and extra spiritual protection to this person from now on. As I begin to walk in my North Node, aka my destiny, my spiritual protection, my spiritual rank called in and necessitated more protection and favor for me. So, as you begin to heal and evolve, the universe will begin to favor you. So, the second thing I recommend in bringing karmic justice and retribution to your situation is to focus on your healing and your ascension. Learn the lesson that you were intended to learn, and you will begin to be able to close out that cycle. The last two things that I'm going to recommend is to begin to pray against altars that are set up against you. Because anytime someone is doing constant spell work to you, just know that they are using altars of some sort to conduct this spell work on a regular basis. Pray against every altar that is set up to curse you. Pray against every evil usage of your photos. Pray against all evil incantations spoken over your life. Begin to get very specific in praying against the wickedness that is done to you. Even pray against any practitioners who are accepting money on behalf of the person cursing you. I love to work with Psalms. I say it all the time. There are so many powerful Psalms for praying against wickedness and praying against enemies. Work with Psalms if you feel that your prayers aren't strong enough. And if you are experiencing constant witchcraft attacks, get extremely heavy with your prayers around the moon cycles. The witches and covens and warlocks will usually do spell work around the new and the full moons. So get extremely heavy with your prayers around that time so that all that energy will automatically be sent back. One of the things that I really love to say during those 20 days where I was really heavily talking to the universe was that I am not accepting the karmic burden of anybody else, because one of the things that destiny swaps will do is unload their karmic burden onto you while they take the blessings of your destiny. I also started to say that every negativity wished against me will turn into my positivity. I started speaking in the energy of transmutation, where I acknowledged that people were sending me negative energy, but I also declared that that energy would be used for my favor. I started to say as well that every single time someone cursed me, that would only lead God to blessing me times 10. And so this takes me to the last thing that I recommend, which is that you need to have a prayer altar of your own. You can have you a table, you can get a white cloth, a white candle, and a Bible. And as you pray, light your candle, work with your Bible, say your prayers. And of course, as I talked about in my video, the proper way to pray against witchcraft, you need to be working with certain times of the day in your prayers. And if you cannot work with sunrise prayers or noon prayers or midnight prayers, then just focus on praying at the times that are most optimum for you. Do not be afraid to pray multiple times a day. In fact, when you are dealing with heavy witchcraft attacks, you should be praying at least 2 to 3 times a day. I hope this video was helpful, my beautiful people. Call in your karmic justice, open your cases with the universe, stay on top of your prayers, praying against wicked altars and wicked incantations spoken over your life, and definitely pray against all false prophecies spoken over your life. Until our next video, peace and blessings. Selah.